Okay, hand2mind Numberblocks. It's a wooden building block activity set. It features number blocks 1 through 5, and it is for ages 3 and up. Comes in a box and can be reused. Stack up some fun. You open it up, you have another bag for storage, which is nice. You have an activity book, which gives you some ideas as to how to use the blocks. I think these are nice to have this kind of a thing to kind of spark some ideas. Part of this is written in Spanish, you can see. So there you go. Kind of gives you some ideas on how to use the blocks. And then you have these activity, like a sheet to put the blocks on. So here we have, this one would just be you're laying the block down on the sheet for the pattern. Here you have to kind of match the pattern, so find blocks that match that. Let me take the blocks out and make more sense that way, I think. So here are the blocks, kind of like a wooden Tetris. Okay. So as I mentioned before, it's numbers 1 through 5. So none of these are more than five squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. They've all got a fun face on one block. So the larger 5 block sections are blue. The 4 block sections are green. We got yellows 3, oranges 2, and reds 1. So with this one, if this was the activity that you're doing with the child, they'd find the block that matches these shapes, right? That kind of thing. So they can match up the blocks on the shapes. Of course, that gets harder as you go because this shape doesn't exist. They would need to build that out of two other pieces, for example. Where's the face? There's the face. Right. So kind of there's an adult game that does this. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, that's a nice, easy way for a young kid to get into puzzles. So there's this, or maybe they want to do it. If you gave them a green and a red, they could do it this way. Let's see, these do get a little bit harder, as you can see, as you go, which is nice to challenge different age levels. For me, I think this is really fun. I actually have this kind of game I got from my elderly father. He enjoyed it, and yeah, the fitting shapes into the different designs is a fun puzzle, at least for me. I enjoy that. So very, very cool idea. The blocks are very nice quality. I like that they've had, I'm not sure how well it shows in video, but there's actually an edge on all of these. So it's not painted, it's actually an edge. They've actually grooved an edge in these. So you can kind of see physically it's 5 blocks. You can kind of feel it even. That's 5 blocks that make up the shape of 5. They're all like that. They've all been grooved. Or the 1 by 1. These are about 1 centimeter square, I'm going to guess. So there's 39 pieces of, is it 39 pieces of blocks? Yeah, I think there's 39 of these. And the activities, I'm sorry, there's 28. So there's 28 blocks. 39 must be including the activity sheets. So there must be 11 of these. Let's see, 1. They're double-sided too, which is nice. There's some fun designs here. See, it gets harder than this first one. Maybe even challenging for some adults like me to do these. So there's getting started, sorting them out, some suggested activities. It tells you which cards to use. So for this activity, you'd be using cards 1, 2, 3, and 4. For this one, you'd be using it's a challenge: build the step squads upright rather than flat on the card. Card number 12. The skill is attributes of rectangles. Card 11, skill is adding with 15. Skip counting by 5. So that's kind of nice. Also building 3-dimensional shapes. You know, building some kind of a 3-dimensional shape is possible with these, which is kind of fun. I think it's very nicely done. These are nice quality blocks. They're none too large. I wouldn't mind them being a little bit larger, but the size is fine for what it is. Very nicely made. I like the grooves in here a lot. It kind of gives you that physical separation of each 1x1 piece of block that makes up the larger block. Very cool. So instead of painting, they actually did the grooves. I like it. I like the colors. So the 5s are blue, the 4s are green, etc. That's cool. It's fun to have a face on each one. And they seem that they're painted very well. So I don't see any errors. The faces are done well. And these cards are a great touch. I think these cards help make the set. With the blocks alone, it's still kind of fun, but you need to think up your own designs or download something off the internet. With these being handy in the same size, it's easy to just start placing things on the card. I think that's really cool. So lots of replay value here, in my opinion. They're double-sided, so you've got 20 different cards to play with and learn from. You have the bag for storing the blocks. You have the box for storing your cards in the whole set. So would I recommend this? Yes, highly recommend this. It's a great toy. It is right now about $30 on Amazon, so it's a little spendy maybe, but I think this is just a lot of replay value here. I can see that this being used for many years if it's taken care of. There's no reason why a 3, 4, 5, even 8 or 9-year-old might enjoy this, because I mean, who doesn't like to fit patterns to this kind of stuff? You can probably download more off the internet. I just see a lot of replay value in this. Lots of possibilities for games and contests and just testing your skills. All right, that's the Numberblocks wooden building activity set. Any questions? Leave me a comment. I'll try and answer as soon as I can, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.